Trump transition shifting officially into high gear. 3 big appointments now confirmed by NBC, expected to be confirmed by the Trump team later today. And we've got our correspondents and analysts here to break it all down. I want to start with NBC's Peter Alexander at the White House. Peter, let's talk about the 2 picks we heard about this morning, Mike Pompeo and Jeff Sessions. What do these men bring to the table?
Yeah, so let's start with the Alabama conservative, that is Senator Jeff Sessions. He was the first senator, one of the earliest allies to come out and back Donald Trump, a frequent sidekick on the road over the course of the campaign trail. Jeff Sessions is a former Alabama attorney general. He served in the Senate for the last 20 years, but he is controversial. He's fiercely anti-immigration. Also, when he was up for a federal judgeship more than 2 decades ago, back then, it was denied, his confirmation in the Senate Judiciary Committee at the time, denied because of what you referred to, some racially insensitive comments back then, which is certain to raise some alarm bells among Democrats and civil rights groups. But while he faces a Senate confirmation this time around, there are 52 Republican senators who would seem likely that that would be an easy confirmation for him. About Mike Pompeo, he's a Kansas congressman. He came in his Tea Party wave several years back. He's a vocal critic, very vocal on the House Benghazi Committee, has been very anti-Hillary Clinton in his comments there. He's also a member of the House Intelligence Committee. He is Harvard educated, Harvard Law School educated, a West Point grad as well. And he actually has a very close relationship, which is notable, to the Vice President-elect Mike Pence. He was brought in to help prepare Pence for his debate with Senator Tim Kaine.
Let's talk Mike Flynn for a minute. Over the last 24 hours, we've heard about this other really big appointment, National Security Advisor. Please tell us a little bit more about the general.
So the bottom line is this is one of the most powerful positions there is in the entire White House, certainly on national security. It's a position that needs no confirmation, which is important because Mike Flynn is one of the most controversial names that Donald Trump has allied himself with over the course of his entire campaign. He was fired in 2014 as the director of the intelligence agency. He was viewed at the time as being contentious, something that he denied. He said it was simply because his critics didn't like the fact that he was so fiercely concerned about Islamic radicalism. Obviously, he has been on the road, and some of the comments that he has made overseas, including his coziness with Russia, a trip in February where he was sat effectively side by side with Vladimir Putin, has raised some eyebrows as well.
All
Stephanie?
right. Thanks so much, Peter. We're also getting word of a very interesting meeting set to take place this weekend. This one was
Senator Jeff Sessions is tapped for the job of Attorney General. Been a lot of speculation about that position. And how about this one? GOP Congressman Mike Pompeo getting the nod for CIA Director.
Meanwhile, Mr. Trump also looking to make peace with one of his fiercest Republican critics during the primaries. He will meet with Mitt Romney 8 months after one of the more bitter public disputes that we have seen in memory.
Doug McCalloway joins us live from outside Trump Tower here in New York City. So, Doug, talk to us about how these 3 individuals are perceived politically.
Well, they are not moderates. These 3 picks, if they prove to be true, are not moderate at all. And if it's an indication of what's to come in other cabinet picks, we're looking at a very, very conservative administration indeed. Fox now confirming that Alabama junior senator and former Reagan-era U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Alabama, Jeff Sessions, is going to be his pick for Attorney General. Whether or not he accepts the pick, we don't yet know. He was ranked by National Journal as the 5th most conservative senator. Sessions, if confirmed, would likely revamp what critics believe is the most politicized Department of Justice in modern history. But his nomination will not be without controversy. 4 former Justice Department lawyers testified at his confirmation hearing for a U.S. attorney many years ago that he had made racially insensitive remarks. Thomas Figures, who was a black assistant U.S. attorney, testified that Sessions said he thought that the Ku Klux Klan was, quote, okay until I found out they smoked pot. Well, Sessions later said that that comment was not serious. He said it was a joke, but he nevertheless apologized for it. Another pick, Kansas Congressman Mike Pompeo for CIA chief, the Harvard Law School graduate and former Tea Party member, will also come under intense scrutiny from Senate Democrats. He apologized for a 2010 article from an independent publication that his campaign tweeted out. It said that Pompeo's then opponent, an Indian American, was a turban topper who could be a Muslim, a Hindu, a Buddhist, who knows. Again, he apologized for it. They were not Pompeo's words. It appeared in a publication that his campaign tweeted out. National Security Advisor Lieutenant General Mike Flynn will not face such scrutiny, although many leftists consider his views on radical Islamic terror to be too extreme. The NSA position is not subject to confirmation. Again, all these picks show that Trump is moving in a very conservative direction, something that many of his critics said he was not capable of.